I've played a lot of Ouros. I was very skeptical about this game. I thought the idea of Ouros was a bit too slight. I didn't know if you could get a full like puzzle game out of it. And yeah, you can. So I've made my way through quite a lot of the game. Let me go to the start and show you how this works. So, this is like the basics, how you can control, you know, the various loops and lines. What you have to do is make sure your little ball goes through all the polygons in order, right? 1, 2, and 3. But it's got to be a loop. It's got to go back to 1. It mustn't touch one of the others. 2, 3, back to 1. And so, now you've got 2 controls on this. And so, it's not too difficult, right? And hit the 1, 2, and back to 1. Again, this is just how it starts. It's a nice, gentle, easy game. I'll point to the game, says Bezier curves the game. I thought Bezier was a shooting game. So now we've got to stretch it a bit, so obviously have to work quite hard to pull it all the way over. There we go. That's we're almost getting it. There we go. 1, 2, 1. And you know, when you're first playing, you're thinking, how is this going to get difficult? Because, you know, that's just the basics, right? Let's just jump ahead to the last stuff of the first section. And then you start getting this. So you might think, like, I just need to get, you know, 1, 2, and 3. So here we go. 1, 2, 3. No. You've got to get all these other dots as well. So the only difference is that they can be done in any order, right? You don't have to do them in any particular order. So I have to get all of these in one grand loop. There we go. So I think, oh, it's quite nice. So then you can move on to the next section. And another point the game says you're going to be great at Adobe Illustrator after this. And the next section has got these like red patches which will disrupt your loop. So you can't go in to this red area, but you've got to make the loop somehow. So you might think of something very basic like this. There we go. Just pull that out a bit. Done. And there's a lot of like optionality in the game. So you can see here, you don't have to. You can just do one of these to get through. But here you have to do both of them. But you can see in this piece here, you've got to do just 2 of the 3. So you don't have to do everything. And there's certainly times where I've had to skip a level and come back. Let's jump on ahead. So now we've got to go through 5 and avoid all these red bits with these controls we've got. So let's see, what does this look like to me? 1, 2. So, you know, I'm starting to wonder if it's loop time. Something like that. See, when you start playing with loops, that really feels like the kind of like, now you're thinking with portals kind of thing. And loops start to change everything in terms of this game. I mean, it's like loops. Loops is the right word? I don't think that's the really right word. There's always a loop, right? But when you're twisting it and intersecting with the same, you're intersecting yourself. That's where it starts to like get a bit more complicated. And of course, the levels adapt Knots, says Marcus Don. There you go. Jeez. You'd never know I was a mathematician in a past life. So now you've got this, you've got these loops that repeat, but they're not a continuous loop. Or at least pseudo-knots, says Marcus Don. So this isn't too difficult because it's the tutorial level. It's just introducing a new idea to you. Let's choose another one here. Okay, so I've got to go from 1 to 2 to 3. And also get these dots. Delicious. So 1, 2, 3, I'm thinking. I'm seeing a shape like this. A loop like that. Just have to position it right. There we go. There we go. Let's move on. So I've played a lot of this, so I want you to show you exactly the full extent of what these puzzles really get into. And you can see also some of my solutions are hovering over these completed levels. They're just fading in and out of existence. And it's a continuous line from every level to the next. Let's have a look at this. So these are kind of evil. You see these dots? You have to go over them twice. Just once isn't enough. So I'll show you. Oh, you've got it. They won't start working unless you go over a 1. Hang on, let's do that. So 1, and you can see the middle is coloured, but not the outer shell, and you have to do it twice. And the only way to go over a region twice is to be able, I mean, this is one of those kind of things you figure out, is that the only way to go over a shape twice is to have the line go over it twice. In other words, you've got to make the intersect. I've got to make it intersect twice. This isn't going to work otherwise. So how do I do that, Joel? I'm going to get one intersection here. I need another one. I love that the dot takes the color of the line at the position it goes through the dot. Or I'm thinking too much here. What I probably need, can I just get them to go through just as a line? This'll do it. There we go. It was simpler than that. We haven't got to those levels where you need to do crazy intersections yet. Let's have a look at one of these. Right, so 1, 2, and we've got to have a cross here somewhere. Maybe to bend this up here. Let's take that right up there. Can't go through any of these red sections. So Null Pointer Games saying it's very soothing Zen style, and then Joe's asking how do the hints work. Oh, Null Pointer Games is going. Gotta go. Yep, see ya. I'm only here for 10 more minutes myself, and it's on to somebody else. The hints, if I think, show you kind of what the solution kind of looks like. Let's just try it out. Yeah, it's just kind of giving you the solution, but it doesn't tell you how to draw it. So, so it's actually still thinking about, like, I was still thinking too complicated. It's telling me I need this kind of solution just to wrap around. Get it just the right position. 1, doop, 2, boop, 3. And actually, it's quite generous. You can just have to stroke something and you can get it. You don't have to like go straight through the 1 to make sure you get it. Let's go on a bit because it's really starts getting quite hard later on. Let's choose one of these. And now you've got these arrow sections where you've got to do things in sequence. Sponsored by Nike. So you've got to go from here to here. If you hit these, you've got to do them in this. You've got to go like this, doop doop doop, in that order. So it starts getting very tricky. So oh hell, am I going to do this? I've done this level already. It's fine. Chill out, y'all. Chill out. You can just do another level. You don't have to do this one. You're gonna need to do a cross in the middle here as well. So I think maybe we need to pull that in there. Do that. So pull this down here. Now you can press the right click to reverse the direction. It's going the wrong direction. Let's just reverse it. Turn it around. 1. There we go. To some extent, I kind of make it look a bit simple. But actually getting to the point where you start to think in the right way about some of these paths is quite difficult. You know, I haven't finished this level, for example, on the eighth zone, and it's really been, you know, getting me like, I can't do it. How does this work? I've got to do the 1. It's got to hit there. Got to do the 2. Then hit the 3, and we've got to get these crossing twice here. I'm gonna need like another intersection like that. I need something like that, you know. I need something with a, you know, I'm being so close. You're like, oh, my solution is just so close, but I just can't pull it off. You know, and you feel like it's kind of almost there sometimes. But look at this. I want to pull this down further. It's not going any further. Come on, I need to get to the 1, you know? I mean, you can pull this down here to make it reach, but then, you know, you've got to, like, this isn't going to reach far enough down. So I'm not going to try and do that in front of you, because honestly, I've tried that many times already. That's not working out for me. Oh, exit to map. But I just love the way that how much, you know, how much range there is in what seems to be a very simple puzzle, with a few little tweaks here and there just to confuse you. And it's just like, it's wonderful. I have just happily had a go of a level every now and then over the past couple of weeks, because I was fortunate to get a copy of this before it was released. So this one looks to me like maybe, well, hang on a second. Do I pull this down here? Yeah, it doesn't look ideal. Seems to me that I need to be thinking about these going through the middle. That really doesn't look right at all, does it? Haha. So that's usually unhelpful when you do stuff like that. Very unhelpful. But you're gonna need to pull this up, right? I'm gonna something like that. Maybe a loop down along those lines and just like pull this out like that. Gosh. Got your 2 there. Maybe we just need to make this more like look like a hysteresis loop. Need these to be exactly the same, I think. Almost there. There you go. I think that's it. Ah, no. What? Come on, give it to me. There we go. So that's Ouros. So I've only got a few more minutes of the stream left, and I'm slowly losing my voice, it seems. I'm going to just wrap it up there, I think.